So homework 7 is still working with radical expressions, but this time we're going to multiply and divide. So, number 1, the first thing we're going to do is multiply those together and get square root of 2 times the square root of 8 is the square root of 16. Then we can do a factor tree for 16. So the square root of 16 is the same as the square root of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Circle a pair of 2's, so 1 2 comes out. Circle another pair of 2's, so another 2 comes out. So 2 times 2 is 4. Actually, 16 is a perfect square, so that's why that doesn't have a radical in the answer. Example 2. We have 2 radicals. We are going to multiply those together. So the square root of 2 times the square root of 18, square root of 36. And you can do a factor tree, but you could also see, is the square root of 36 a perfect square? And it is actually 6. So that's all you would have to do with that one. Number 3, we have some parentheses, so we are going to have to do some distributing. So the square root of 5 times the square root of 10 is the square root of 50. And then the square root of 5 times the square root of 5, so we have minus square root of 25. So since we have a minus now, we have to do a factor tree. So I'm going to do factor tree of 50. 50 divided by 2 is 25. So now I have square root of 50 is the same as square root of 2 times 5 times 5. Circle a pair of 5's. So 5 square root of 2 minus, and then the square root of 25 is actually a perfect square of 5. So now we just add like terms, which we actually don't have any. So our answer is just 5 square root of 2 minus 5. Example 4. Again, similar to example 3. Square root of 5 times the square root of 15. So you may have to do 5 times 15 in your calculator, which is 75. Yeah, let's erase that. Okay, square root of 75 minus square root of 25. So over here, I need to do the factor tree of 75. So the square root of 75 is the same as the square root of 3 times 5 times 5. Circle a pair of 5's. So 1 5 comes out times the square root of 3 minus, and then we just decided that the square root of 25 is 5. So this is our answer, 5 square root of 3 minus 5. Okay, so number 5, we're going to multiply square root of 3 times the square root of 18, which gives me square root of 54. And then square root of 3 times the square root of 3, square root of 9. So I do a factor tree for 54. So the square root of 54 is the same as square root of 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 minus, and then I've got a pair of 3's. And then on the inside, I have the 2 and the 3 left, so I multiply those together to get 6 minus, and then the square root of 9 is 3. So my answer is 3 square root of 6 minus 3. So on number 6, we're dividing. So the first thing we generally do is rewrite this separated. So square root of 16 over square root of 81. And then in your calculator, you can do square root of 16, which is actually 4, over square root of 81, which is 9. And this fraction is reduced, so our answer is just 4 over 9. Number 7, we're also dividing radicals, so we're going to separate that out. Square root of 25 over square root of 36. So the square root of 25 is 5 over square root of 36 is 6. It's reduced, so that's my answer. So number 8, we need to take care of the exponent first. So really what this is 3b times square root of 7b times square root of 7b. So 3b times, and we can multiply those two together. So 7 times 7 is 49. B times b is b squared. Well, the square root of 49 is 7, and the square root of b squared is b. So then now I have to multiply those together, and I get 21b squared as my answer.